We are all desperately sorry for the death of an innocent person. And I understand entirely the feelings of the young man's family.
The more they learn about the way their son met his death at the hands of the British police, the more angry and distressed the Menezes family have become. It's even worse than I thought, was the verdict of Jean-Charles' cousin, Alex. My cousin was sitting down on a train. To overpower him, then shoot him. It's execution. Jean-Charles' mother said she couldn't find words to express her feelings. But his father, Matozinos, said to hold my boy down and then shoot him with such brutality. It's just too much.
But we also have to understand the police are doing their job in very, very difficult circumstances. And I think it's important that we give them every support.
The fatal police shooting of an innocent man in London has prompted new questions about the current police policy and how it went tragically wrong.
It was what London had been waiting for, a police success against the wave of terror bombings. Newspaper headlines trumpeted what seemed like a victory over the bombers, even if police were a bit more muted.
As I understand the situation, the man was challenged and refused to obey police instructions.
The commander of London's police said he regrets the shooting, but the shoot-to-kill order remains in force.
But there were few details on how this unidentified man shot 5 times on a subway platform was tied to terrorism. A surveillance officer thought he looked similar enough to this bombing suspect to suggest to higher-ups it would be worth somebody else taking a look. Police announced they'd made a tragic error, and the backtracking began. A written statement from police said the man was not connected to the terror incidents and expressed regret at his death. It's still unclear why he ran from police, but he was innocent. Police today asked for understanding, given the threat.
So we have to consider what would have happened if these officers had not shot and that man had been a suicide bomber and got on the tube.
Some think the killing could undermine the confidence of police at critical moments.
I think it's also important to recognise that the underlying causes of this are not a police action or a police policy or procedures, but actually the fact that we have terrorists using suicide as a weapon on the streets of London.
At the family home in Brazil, they've been watching our reports, which reveal a very different account of the killing of Jean-Charles de Menezes than the one the police gave in the immediate aftermath of the killing. John Cummins, the senior investigator in the independent inquiry into the death of Jean-Charles de Menezes, leaves the coroner's court after a short hearing during which he was the only witness called by the coroner. He had told the inquest that he expected the IPCC's report would be completed by Christmas, though it would not be made public until after any criminal or disciplinary measures which might arise from its findings had been completed. Although members of the de Menezes family were present today, their legal representatives said they were satisfied with the urgency with which the investigation was being treated.
The priority for the family at the moment is to have proper answers to the questions about what happened, who is responsible, and if appropriate for prosecutions to follow, and that must be the priority at the moment.
The coroner adjourned the inquest for 6 months. The way in which the young Brazilian met his death and subsequent revelations about the police operation sparked demonstrations outside Scotland Yard last night. Brazilian legal officers are now in London and are expected to meet the independent investigation team.
It's exactly 4 weeks since his cousin was mistakenly targeted by police here at Stockwell Station. Now Alessandro Pereira is targeting the police, and that's not a mistake.
I want young Blair to imagine how we felt having to listen to the lies about Jan.
I think what the family campaign has seen in the last few weeks is a Laurel and Hardy police operation. There are 3 stages to this. There's a shoot-to-kill policy that no one knows where it came from, what the guidelines are and how it's implemented. There's the incompetence of the police on the day and their operational failures. And there's now, thirdly, the attempted cover-up and misleading by Ian Blair, the Metropolitan Police.
The IPCC has considered allegations that I and other Met officers, either separately or together, deliberately misled the media in press statements concerning the shooting.